A summer of extremes, scorching heat, sweeping dust storms, and megafires burning across the Southwest. Climate disasters, putting a strain on the already dwindling Colorado River, 1,400 miles of life-sustaining flow for 40 million people. But as the river's water level drops, there's a new crisis emerging, one you can't even see.
It's a train wreck waiting to happen.
I think it's extremely dire.
If the water's not affordable, then there's nothing.
In the small desert town of Wendon, Arizona, the ground itself is literally collapsing.
In the last 15 years, Wendon itself has sunk into a subsidence bowl. We've sunk over 3.5 feet. We sink at another 2.2 inches per year. This is a wellhead.
Gary Sater knows this firsthand. As chairman and general manager of Wendon's water district, he's responsible for keeping the town's taps flowing. But with no access to the Colorado River, Wendon relies entirely on groundwater, a supply that's now being drained faster than it can recharge.
It's absolutely out of balance. It's not sustainable.
Experts say the biggest impact comes from agriculture. Massive farms pumping thousands of gallons a minute for crops like alfalfa with almost no oversight. One study from Arizona State University says nearly 80% of Arizona has no groundwater regulations at all, and corporate farms don't have to report what they take. When a well runs dry, they just drill deeper. There's no way to know how much water is even left. That lack of oversight hits small businesses like Rob McDermott's RV park. The groundwater here keeps the taps running for dozens of trailer spots.
Have you calculated how much you have to take out to run a business like this?
So I generally, during the peak time, I'll use about 4,000 gallons a day.
Okay. Wow.
But when nearby overpumping dried out his well, McDermott faced a painful choice: no more water, or
we had to drill a new well. So we're at an 800-foot well, previously a 620-foot well. So, and the cost of it, $120,000. It's pretty tough to absorb that.
A recent ASU study using NASA satellites found the state has lost nearly 9 trillion gallons of groundwater in the last 20 years. They say climate change is only expected to make things worse. This map showing only 18% of the state with any type of regulation.
We found there is a big relation between the groundwater stress in the areas where it has management and the areas doesn't have management.
One flashpoint, Fondamonte Farms, a subsidiary of a Saudi dairy company, equipped to drill up to 4,000 gallons per minute to grow alfalfa that they export overseas, according to the state's attorney general.
They're drilling 1,500, 2,000 feet into the ground. No one else can afford to drill wells that deep. And they're dewatering the aquifer so that the people who have drilled wells to 400 feet no longer have water. The water has disappeared for them because the Saudis are sucking it out of the ground.
Attorney General Chris Mays has now filed a first-of-its-kind nuisance lawsuit against Fondamonte, saying the company's actions have already inflicted harm on the entire community, and its ongoing conduct will exacerbate this damage as groundwater levels continue to plummet.
I think this is the ultimate David versus Goliath situation.
In response, Fondamonte told us its water use is reasonable, and in a statement says in part that it makes a conscious effort to manage water use and that the dry wells are unrelated to its farms, but would not disclose how much water they withdraw. The AG estimates that in 1 year, it constituted over 81% of all groundwater extracted in the area.
In 2023, they withdrew enough water to provide water to 93,000 homes.
The company declined an on-camera interview, but added its operations are in full compliance with all applicable laws and regulations, also saying that it's created more than 1,750 jobs, making it the third largest private employer in La Paz County.
There have to be other farms that are doing almost exactly the same thing. Are you going after this farm specifically because it's the Saudis?
No, definitely not. And you are right. There may be other areas where this is happening. I just haven't found them yet.
Adding to the fear, a new concern that whatever water is left here will be transferred to a thirsty, booming suburban population in the state.
There's at least one hedge fund that has made a $100 million purchase of water rights and land. I believe they did it because at some point in the future, they have calculated that they can sell that water to Phoenix.
We reached out to the company and did not hear back, but increasingly, an uncertain future for communities living with the impact.
Somebody selling our water, what we depend on to live, to a suburb so they can grow. So they can grow at our expense. That's not fair.
A fight over an irreplaceable resource as Arizona's small towns sink beneath the surface of a growing crisis. Steve Patterson, NBC News.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.